Somebody alleged that she was sexually assaulted, and the only thing you guys could do was to suspend her for 6 whole months. This is somebody that was elected by a zone. She's actually representing some people. She's representing Nigerian citizens in a state, and you guys are suspending her. And the person that she's accusing sexually harassed her is the person that is now presiding over his own matter, over his own issue. Please make it make sense. Even if nobody, because of fear, none of those senators are raising the issue or raising the matter that Akpabio is also supposed to step aside because of fear. If he has dignity and he knows that he has made a name for himself, he has dignity and he has sense of reasoning, he is supposed to step down and not just sit down there and make mockery of the that seat that he's seated on. Is this a joke or something? Because I really don't get it. These are lawmakers that are supposed to be making laws and changing laws that is going to benefit we Nigerians. And look at how they are making mockery of the seats. Look at how they are doing. Is this a joke? Make it make sense. How does it even work? How can you sit down and be the judge in your own? I can't fathom this. This is not about whether women supporting women or about. It is common sense. How do you sit down and be the judge over your own case? And then you're not saying, those in support say aye, those in support say nay. This woman was elected. So that means to say that after suspending her for, and this 6 months is not just 6 months too. This 6 months we're talking about is 6 months of sitting. 6 months of when they will be sitting in the Senate for whole 6 months. What are you saying? Suspending her, not allowing her have access to her staffs, not giving her salary, not. So who is going to be representing that? These laws need to be adjusted. How do you? Are we as women, are we even safe at all? Because these are the people that are supposed to be making laws to protect us. To me, Senator Akpabio, this is lack of integrity. You need nobody to tell you to even step aside because you are the person that is being accused and you cannot be presiding over your own matter. So what you ought to do is also to step aside. How can you silence somebody because she accused you? She's here saying her own truth. What you need to do is to set up committee so that they can you cannot say that as I do that this should be illegal and unconstitutional. It doesn't make sense. I don't care what is in your constitutional notes or the book. It does not make sense. This woman, this is an elect. She's not. You cannot suspend her. You are not supposed to suspend her. The most you could do is ask her not to maybe partake in any committee or sort. But she has to be there because she's not there on her own. She's there representing a zone. She's there representing some citizen in Nigeria. So you cannot totally banish her and that seat will remain there. If this is part of your law, these are one of the things that you have to change because it's not a fair deal. So now that she's gone, who will be talking on behalf of that zone? Who will be representing that zone? 6 whole months. So nobody will move a motion. Nobody will talk on behalf of that zone. Nobody will. This is unjust. And this is you people that they put there, that we so trust you people to make laws and change laws that can benefit we Nigerians, especially women and children. And you're already treating a woman like this. I beg, how many women do we have in the Senate? How many women do we have in the Senate? We're not saying what she's alleged is true. But if only you have dignity and you have integrity, step down also Akpabio so that other person will preside, so that you cannot be there and presiding over your own case. 6 months is all too much. She was elected there. I want people here. I'm telling you.
5 lessons every woman must learn about Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's case. Number 1, if a woman at that level can be so bullied and oppressed, then none of us stands a chance. If a woman as wealthy, successful, and powerful as that can be so bullied and oppressed, what do you think is happening to the maid who is being molested by her boss's husband and even her sons? What do you think is happening to a female employee, who is being told to choose between sleeping with her boss or keeping her job? Number 2, women remain the gatekeepers and enablers of misogyny and patriarchy. In the past few days, we've seen women come out to viciously attack and oppress the senators. Women who were former senators have come out to say how weak she was to have come out to speak out. They've come out to stand with the oppressor and even make the oppressor the victim. They've come on the street to protest against a fellow woman. Number 3, the move to silence her is the move to silence others. What just happened was that she came out to say she's been sexually harassed by the Senate president, and instead of the case being investigated, it was swept under the carpet and she was punished for speaking out by being suspended. They are not even trying to investigate the issue. So if there are other women who are being molested or sexually harassed or will be sexually harassed in future, it's a message for them to keep quiet. Number 4, as a woman, always speak up against oppression. Never let anyone silence you. Senator Natasha is a brave woman who has shown us that regardless of what the consequences might be, we should call out our oppressor and abuser. She stood strong even though she was standing alone. All the other female senators were against her, but she stood alone and stood on business. She's an example that if you are being oppressed, stand your ground and speak out. And number 5, not all men support injustice against women. While some women are standing actively against their fellow women, some men are standing actively to support her and stand against the injustice. Even though they might not be affected because, of the privileges that come with their gender, they are still calling out the injustice and saying this is wrong. I think we should acknowledge and appreciate the men who are standing strong, even when we have women who are going the other way. In summary, an injustice to one is an injustice to all. Today it is Senator Natasha's turn. Tomorrow it might be yours. It is time to stand up with our fellow woman and say enough is enough.
I'm a communications expert, a young woman in politics, and a gender advocate.
We're now witnessing an August gathering of persons chanting Akpabio must go, some bearing banners carrying the stand with Natasha. Can you bring us up to speed of what the situation is?
Well, what I see here is a protest and a show of solidarity for Senator Natasha Akpabio. People have come out, women, men inclusive, have come out to drum support and show their solidarity for to her following what happened, the recent incident that took place on the floor of the Senate. And I want Nigerians to, immediately after that day, I granted a first interview, and I'll repeat it here. I want Nigerians to see this incident not just as a party thing, but this is a human rights issue. A woman has come out to say, I have been sexually harassed. And I don't see why, there's no sane reason why any human being would want to dilly-dally with this kind of concerns that she has raised. It takes a lot for a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to come out with such an outburst. You should know that this thing is not just a reaction, it's an outburst from Natasha, because it's something that has been suppressed for too long.
All right, now, what is the expected outcome of this protest?
First and foremost, it is to draw the attention of the world to what is happening in the Senate. It is to let Nigerians know that we have a very big problem at hand, and this is a national issue. It is also an international embarrassment when it comes to Nigeria. We want the world to know the challenges of women in the political space. I've said it before, things like this start from little conversations, the kinds of things that people say to women and go unchecked or go unpunished. It is what transforms into this kind of behavior. There's no reason why you should be telling me that women, older women especially, I want to speak to them in politics. There's no reason why they did not come up to speak, and the only time they thought to make an appearance was to try to shut this woman up, was to try to say that what she was saying does not make sense. How does an older woman come on national TV and tell us that the Senate is meant for the elderly? What kind of message are you passing across to us? Don't you know that you have created a culture of fear, a culture of silence, a culture of discrimination and humiliation of the woman? Do you know what we pass through as young women in the political space? I have come out here to lend my voice to draw the attention of the world. I also want to call on the international community that are in Nigeria, the UK, the US Embassy, United Nations Women in Nigeria. We are calling on you people to please use your good office and help us drum these agitations. You asked me what we're expecting from this. We expect that henceforth, from this moment, a body, an independent body, will be put together to investigate these allegations, and we want the outcome. Nigerians want to know the outcome, and pending the result of the investigation, please, we want the Senate President, Senator Akpabio, to kindly step aside while we we wait for the investigations. The former Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, said something, and I totally agree with him. He said this is not just about Akpabio. This is not about protecting one person. This is about defending the Senate and that seat of the President of the Senate. So this is more about our democracy. It is about human rights. It is about protecting womanhood in politics.
The number 3 citizen of Nigeria is being dragged for something that could be a lie or could be true. This needs to be cleared. It's too important of a man for a story like this to pop up and we don't get to the end of it. And if she isn't telling a lie, whoever she's accusing should be dealt with and dealt with properly. Nigerians, I don't know what is really wrong with us people. Where did we get it wrong in this 2025? Where? If a woman of that level is struggling to get justice, struggling to be heard, then who am I? What is the fate of that average 18 years old girl in Ibadan? Of that average 18 years old girl in Delta State? Of that average 26 years old girl in Sokoto? This is how we plan to stand for women. This is how we plan to do it in 2025? Nah, disappointing to say the least. You know, I think we can all agree that Nigerians are not very serious people. This is what the political class understands, and that's why they can do anything and get away with it, because they know and understand that Nigerians are not very serious people. You guys don't understand the gravity of what just happened. If Senator Natasha is lying, do you understand the gravity of that? Simply means women can wake up and accuse anybody of sexual harassment, accuse any man of rape, and get away with it. It also means that men can rape, sexually harass women, and absolutely nothing will be done. That's how bad the situation is, and yet people are just there dancing around the whole issue. This is exactly the time where we have to take the bull by its horn. Do you know what this International Women's Day team is? March forward for all women and girls. Why are Nigerian women not marching? Why are we all not marching? Those so-called confused individuals that call themselves Nigerian feminists, their voices is nowhere to be heard. Bunch of jokers. If it's to defend sex workers parading themselves as influencers, which I have no problem with, your titties will stand. On our titties will stand. Your voices will be heard. We will hear from you people. We go hear from Ona. We go hear Ona. You will be as loud as fuck. You're only a feminist when it benefits you. Both women and men are supposed to be at the Senate complex asking questions, to the extent that the president feels this. Do y'all understand we have 109 senators in Nigeria, and out of 109, only 105 is all men. Women are not properly represented across board. We have never had a female governor. This is how disenfranchised women are. Women are always given the backseat. This is a woman that more than 100,000 people gave their votes to, gave their voices to, for her to speak on their behalf. And she's facing 6 months suspension? Oh my God, no. When 1 out of 4 female senators is making an allegation like this, it should not be swept under the carpet, and it should not be treated lightly at all, because we should see this as women being silenced. And if she's telling a lie, she should be dealt with and dealt with properly.